A very good evening to you. Numerous winter hazards expected in the next few hours. Exceptionally windy as we head through this evening and tonight. And as temperatures fall, widespread sleet and hail snow as it turns increasingly wintry, as well as frost and ice into the small hours. Widespread gales and damaging gusts as the week draws to a close and through the night. And the emphasis remains on a red warning across the northeast of Britain. Here, dangerously strong winds in excess of 80 miles an hour as we approach the end of the night. This storm track bringing about widespread strong winds as well as wet wintry conditions as we head through this evening and through much of the night and into tomorrow. Clearer skies from the west, but feeling so cold in a biting bitter wind chill. Brisk northerly winds for all of us, not quite as strong as we're seeing right now. Those widespread gales expected overnight, damaging gusts of wind, dangerously strong winds for a time across the northeast of Britain and turning increasingly wintry as the rain falls as sleet and hail snow across a huge swathe of northern and central Britain into the small hours. Further sleet and snow across parts of northern Scotland with blizzard-like conditions across the highest routes for a time, and as temperatures fall, frost and ice into tomorrow morning. Those temperatures below freezing and a windy, wintry scene into tomorrow morning for those up bright and early, staying blustery with those gusty winds across the eastern side of Britain, and here the sleet and snow turning increasingly to rain. Further north, further west, clearer, with a little more in the way of sparkling sunshine, but feeling so cold, even though the winds ease, a biting bitter wind chill keeping it so chilly. A very good evening to you. Staying chilly out there with a fair few fog patches forming in the next few hours, and as temperatures fall, turning frosty for many of us once more. We've got an area of rain sliding its way from north to south in the next 24 hours, introducing colder air and a brisk, biting northerly breeze. And then as we approach the weekend, this deep area of low pressure bringing about windy, wet, wintry conditions. Some remarkably strong winds expected through parts of Scotland and the eastern side of England. Gales with damaging gusts and rain giving some sleet and snow here and there. One to watch as the forecast develops in the next day or two. As for the next few hours, calm and quiet in comparison. Prime conditions for misty low cloud and fog to thicken up and redevelop across the southeast. Some poor visibility here into the small hours. Elsewhere, pockets of mist and murk. And further north, an area of rain sliding its way through Scotland and Northern Ireland. And as the colder air follows the rain, some sleet and snow across the highest mountain tops here. Elsewhere, close to freezing into the new day. A slight frost tomorrow morning, most likely across central locations with that early mist and fog slow to shift, staying quite murky and grey here. A lot of cloud cover. Further north, breaks in the cloud, but the rain sliding its way into northern England and North Wales, staying disappointingly dull and damp. And behind the rain, clearer skies, but feeling so cold for Scotland and Northern Ireland. A biting northerly breeze and showers giving a wintry mix of sleet and snow across the highest ground. Temperatures so much lower here, and for all of us, staying very chilly. Temperatures even lower as the week wears on into Thursday, clearer and colder with something of a wind chill. See you soon. A very good evening to you. The weather keeping us on our toes as we approach the weekend, feeling so much colder and increasingly windy and wintry for many of us in the next 24 to 48 hours. We have a storm system drifting its way from north to south and increasingly strong gusty winds, damaging gusts in excess of 70 to 80 miles an hour through parts of northern Scotland and the northeast of England. Widespread gusty conditions with wet weather turning increasingly wintry, particularly across the highest ground across parts of Scotland, northern England and Wales as the weekend unfolds, and a biting wind chill as we go into Saturday, enhancing that cold feel. Temperatures very much on the slide. In the meantime, clear and crisp across the south and the east, with a touch of frost forming as those temperatures fall in the next few hours. A good deal of wet weather working its way from north to south as the night wears on. The winds picking up a touch, blustery and quite wet into the small hours. An awful lot of cloud cover with blustery downpours into Scotland, turning to a wintry mix of sleet and hail snow. And for all of us tomorrow morning, cold from the word go. The cold feel enhanced by the blustery, wet and increasingly wintry conditions. And the winds really whipping up as we head through the day. Some of that wet weather working its way southwards to reveal breaks in the cloud, but an awful lot of grey sky tomorrow as downpours move through thick and fast in increasingly gusty winds, particularly across northern and western Britain. Gales in exposed spots here. Parts of northeastern Scotland and the northeast of England bearing the brunt of the damaging gusts here in excess of 70 to 80 miles an hour. Frequent sleet and snow across northern Scotland. Elsewhere, downpours could well turn wintry from time to time.